Hello, everybody. I wanted to do a quick review regarding Mass Effect Andromeda. It's not really a review, it's more like a rant. It's going to be unscripted and just pretty much off the cuff. Uh, I have a lot of mixed feelings about this game. First off, when I was recording this video, I tried to load my last save and I don't quite remember how many times it took me to load the screen and then it will freeze at the last second. So I had to restart my PS4 and reload. I think I did it like maybe 5 times until I had to actually pick out a later save and start playing. Anyway, that's just a small reflection of my experience with this game. So, like many other people, I was really surprised by the graphics. I saw an early video, like leaked footage, maybe like about a year and a half before it came out, and the graphics were really, really, really good. Um, but then I saw the same scene in the game, and it was, oh god, it was terrible. As you guys all know, the graphics were not the best. If I had to divide this in, I would actually like to divide this particular issue into two because I think the environment itself and the lighting effects and things like that, those are pretty good. The scenery when you go to these different planets and you have these backgrounds that are really, really nice. Especially, I think the planet was called Elden, which is just like a desert, but it's really white sand desert. It kind of looks like a weird Arizona kind of desert. Well, the first world that you go to kind of looks like that, but Elden is even better. I really like the scenery in there, and when you go into the ships from the cat, well, not just the regular ships, but towards the end, those are really really nice graphics. I'm just gonna say it right now. There's gonna be some spoilers. I probably won't spoil the whole plot of the game, but yes, there will be story spoilers in this, so beware. Um, so that's that. And the bad part about the graphics is definitely the facial expressions. Somewhere around the Uncanny Valley, they were really bad, and you can see different YouTube videos about different people talking about it. Something about shipping the or outsourcing, I guess, the graphical design for the faces and things like that. They were not good. I didn't. I didn't think it was that distracting of an issue. I mean, it was noticeable, but I didn't spend too much time looking at people's faces. It was, well, it was disturbing. I wouldn't like put it. I would still would be able to look past it if the rest of the game was really good, but it wasn't. Uh, let's start with the story. The story is just kind of like a recycle of the Mass Effect plot, where you have this alien race coming in, abducting a different race, and kind of like transforming them into working for them. And there, you also have this, well, that would have been the Reapers if you compare it to the old Mass Effect trilogy. Then you also have the Remnant, will be the mirror of what the Proteins were in the original Mass Effect series, which are an advanced alien species. The only real difference is that Proteins were more on the organic side, and Revenants seem to be on the more robotic side. But we don't know too much about the Remnant right now. Like, it could be somewhat organic. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I definitely wasn't on board the whole story, mostly because it just felt really repeated from the games before, and that's not the only issue that happened regarding recycling. When it comes to the gameplay, a lot of the elements just felt really boring to me. When I used to play Mass Effect 3 for a really long time, I think I did maybe 7 campaigns single player, and I am not entirely sure how many hours of multiplayer I played. I think it was in the thousands. I did reach. I was in the top 1,000 players in the United States. My N7 ranking was 5,000 something. Uh, Maybe I can pull out the graphic and just post it in here. But yeah, I played a lot of Mass Effect. So when I came to Mass Effect Andromeda, it was really really disappointing to see a lot of the weapons were just the same. There was really barely any imagination put into. Yeah, there were some new weapons like the cat weapons, but they kind of work the same way as the old ones. It wasn't a really fresh take, and some of them were just really bad. There was no reason to use them. I ended up going back to the same Mass Effect weapons I used before. Same things with the powers, the biotics and the tech powers. They were basically the old ones, or the old ones with a different name. The only one that I thought it was actually new was the barrier, the biotic barrier kind of thing. That was like a shield, more like really. That was actually pretty cool. But other than that, that really disappointed me. I really went into the game thinking that it was going to be a lot of new powers and a lot of new weapons and a new galaxy and all this different new stuff. But not even the races in the game are new. Like you get one real. Well, I guess you get two real new races in here, which will be the cat. Which really you don't even see that many. They're actually Angaran people that have been turned into cat. I guess I forgot what the main guy. What was his designation? The Arkan. I think he was the only actual cat, and like he had other underlings and superiors to like pop out once in a while. But most of the cat are really Angaran. I mean, there's native species to the planets too, but they were so irrelevant, and they were actually more like very similar to Mass Effect 3 other like native species in planets. So that was not anything to write about. So that particular part was also disappointing. As far as the combat goes, I think they did a lot of improvements. If the combat felt a little tighter than before, a little more fluid. I definitely my first run was with Vanguard, and it worked a lot better than how it did in Mass Effect 3. Another issue with the combat too that comes out in this game is that despite you being able to choose, oh yeah, you can actually pick every single power. You're locked into using three at a time, which really messes with the whole combo system. In the old games, you can actually assign three powers to yourself still, but you can still bring out the attack window, I guess, and pick a different power if you wanted to use it, or you can assign one to your teammates and they will use it on command. In Mass Effect Andromeda, your teammates still they can use powers if they want, but pulling out a combo with them is actually the more difficult. Other than that, I thought the combo was alright, but with the story being repetitive and your actual powers and weapons being repetitive and so many things and themes floating back again, I thought it was just a huge disappointment. Above the graphics, I mean, if the story would have been good, I would have docked maybe the graphics like 1 point, maybe. I'd like to say if you were ranking like 10, I would have docked it like 1.5 points. But repetitive story, that's a really big issue, on especially for something like Mass Effect that's very story driven. And with E3 just finishing up, I can tell why it could have happened. As BioWare is dropping their new IP, which is Anthem, and that game is looking really, 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 really nice. I don't know if you guys have seen the footage of it, but it kind of looks like the graphics that went into that game should have gone to Mass Effect Andromeda. But well, what can you do? Now the whole thing is going to hiatus. Who knows when it's going to come back? And I kind of agree that a Mass Effect needs a whole reboot into what it is. It's just depressing right now. I mean, I played it a bit. I definitely did the campaign once. I tried to do it again, but then, like I explained in the beginning, the game crashed a whole bunch. So that really discouraged me from playing. And that's just the game crashing on load screen. There's still tons of bugs in the game that happen once in a while, despite the patches that have come out. I still get trapped into stuff. I fall off the ground randomly, or my character, the game freezes, and it's just not a pleasant experience. I mean, it's definitely has improved since launch, but it shouldn't be the way the games are produced now. That you have a super buggy game and you launch it, and you know that it sucks, and then you throw it out anyway. It's just ridiculous. I'm actually pretty glad, like I said, that it's going on hiatus. I'm excited to see what Anthem has to offer. For what I heard, it's similar to how Destiny plays. It's a shoot and loot kind of game, set in a space kind of theme. So it's really really nice. I can't wait to see that. So that's pretty much it. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, so yeah. So you guys go out there. You can try it on your own if you want, but if it were up to me, I wouldn't recommend this game. If you want to do the Mass Effect experience, I recommend you play maybe one through three, and just stick it to that until they come back and actually improve the damn game. Until then, I'll see you later. Goodbye.